Helsinki, a city that during the Cold War was used as one of the few places where Western allies and the Soviet Union could talk. Some believe relations are almost at a Cold War level again, yet one leader keeps talking up the positive.
And I said, Putin may be the easiest of them all. You never know.
The biggest blow to relations was Russia's seizure of Crimea from Ukraine, the first time a part of one country had been stolen by another in Europe since World War II. At the time, it was condemned by the US, NATO and the EU. However, in recent days, at two news conferences in Belgium and the UK, President Trump was asked if Russia should give back Crimea, and each time he dodged the question.
What will happen with Crimea from this point on, that I can't tell you. Well, we'll have to see what happens.
Far from here, the Syrian war seems to be entering its final phases. The Assad regime, with support from its allies Iran and Russia, has the upper hand. The US and Israel want to reduce Iranian presence in the country and its influence in the region. Could there be a grand bargain in the works? Only days ago, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was in Moscow. Putin could perhaps persuade Assad to ask Iran to leave his country. Trump could lift objections to Russia's control of Crimea. Far-fetched? Perhaps. But just listen to the way the Ukrainian ambassador to the UN is clinging to previous statements by members of the US administration on Crimea.
I think that, and that was confirmed several times by many other U.S. officials, from Mr. Bolton to the spokesman for the White House and many other officials who confirmed that the principal policy of the U.S. will stay the same, that the illegal annexation of Crimea by Russia should never be recognized.
Remarkably, for part of this summit in Finland's presidential palace, Trump is likely to meet Putin alone, just as he did in Singapore with Kim Jong-un in June. The US's closest allies are worried what this most unpredictable president might agree to behind these walls. James Bays, Al Jazeera, Helsinki.